evening, friends, students, and colleagues. I'm excited to be here before you today for the Columbia University Energy Transition Dialogue. This topic is not only a complex topic of the 21st century, but it's also a topic that is very important to me. Please allow me to start my speech today with a story that is very dear to my heart. Being here with you on Columbia University grounds, especially here at SIPA, takes me back to years ago as a university student at Abia State University in Nigeria. And a little bit off the record, this is my favorite room at SIPA because sometimes I just hide behind the class after the class to, record a video, study some more. But the appliances all work, there's a video, and the heat is quite right. You can reach behind the desk and charge your phone comfortably. These are the appliances that I had no access to as a university student back in Nigeria. And right now, as I talk to you, I picture myself heading to class at night to study with a lantern because my school was off the grid without electricity access. The school rationed the electricity because they used diesel to power it. So they took the light away from the classrooms by 7 p.m. and sent it to the students' apartments within the campus, and then take that by 10 p.m. and return it in the morning. So this back and forth was so distracting to me as a student. But this was a challenge faced by millions of students in Nigeria, right? But this story became even more personal because my parents then built their own house in a community that was off-grid. I wasn't born like this. I had electricity where I was born, even though there were outages, but I was not living off the grid. And after working for so many years, they finally built their own home. The first time that I visited them here, I realized very quickly that it's different to advocate for electricity access whilst you were just an advocate, but living it is a whole different ballgame. So I experienced what it was like to live without electricity access. My parents put on the generator just at night, and my brothers and siblings had to go to community local spots to find places to charge their phones. Some of them missed interviews because their system and gadgets were down. But we have solar power in abundance, and I often thought, why hasn't the government taken up this? We have access to the sun's power all year long. Nigeria is a hot country, and we don't have any winters. This is a big opportunity here, and I wondered what the government was doing about this. I decided that I would use solar power to help my parents, and by extension, the entire community members. So one day I take a stroll in this community and I discovered something interesting. I came across a hospital that had solar panels. I was like, wow, so you guys do know about solar power. But it was not functional. On inquiry, I noticed littered solar systems that had failed and were not working. Now, I discovered that there were three main reasons that had caused this. One was lack of access to technical skilled workforce. And I mean people with the actual engineering skills to install and maintain a solar system, not just people who trade on the solutions, buy and sell appliances, right? Second was influx of substandard products in the market. There's a lot of fake solar panels from China that littered the market. And the third one was access to low knowledge on the part of the beneficiaries on how to use the system, because they saw solar power, they just plug anything, the pumping machine, the hair dryer, and in no time that system fails. All of this borders around lack of sustainable education and increasing the technical know-how of the people. This is why we established a social enterprise called the Renewable Energy Technology Training Institute to train the local content on how to build and sustain local solar power projects. Right? We have now trained 3,000 people and have installed 700 kilowatts of solar power, which has provided electricity for 25,000 people, the equivalent of 70,000, taking 70,000 cars, petrol cars off the streets. They have employed about 6,500 people, giving jobs to the local community members. We have also offset about 840,000 tons of carbon dioxide. But this is just the action of me. Imagine if the government with their political will can back this up. But today we want to do much more than that. With your support, we don't just want to train people on installation skills or marketing skills of solar power. We now want to deal with the problem from the roots. We have just established a solar panel factory to build standard solar panels and then train the local community members themselves on the process of developing this. One of the things that have held Africa back is the technical know-how and knowledge transfer of technical products. We believe that when people themselves learn how to make these things, it's going to increase their trust and increase local adoption of solar power as a sustainable source, because people can stop thinking, oh, this thing from China is the white man's product. But with their own engagement, we can promote sustainable access to electricity. Right now, at this moment, we have just acquired the land and we've bought some equipment. We now need USD $1 million to complete the factory setup. Africa has 60% solar power potential. They have the highest solar power capability in the whole world. With the technical know-how, they'll be able to advance the energy transition, but this will not be possible without your help. Will you join me today to power Africa's green revolution, or will you allow unemployment to drive illegal immigration? With your support, 3 transformative outcomes await. Fatima can power her farm and promote food security. John can illuminate his tailoring business and employ more people. The entire community of 22,000 people will have access to sustainable energy, and this extends to the economic development of the community. No one deserves to live without access to electricity. No student deserves to study with lantern at night. So today I urge you to support me by considering this course. Together, let's make a meaningful difference. Thank you.
Robin, you want to go?
You had no notes?
Zero. Empty.
Amazing.